So hello everyone, I'm teacher Chris, and today I'm happy to see you here. But first thing I'd like to ask you a question. Has every one of you has already experienced a date, like in the past time? Have you ever gone out with your boyfriend or girlfriend? Did you have these experiences? If you did, just raise up your hands and let me know. Like, how many of you? Don't be shy. Just raise up your hands. Let me know. How many?
I'm sad.
No? No. So, you guys never hang out with the other. Okay, that's fine. But actually, whenever it comes to a date, we need to make some preparation beforehand. Because oftentimes you can't just put on your dress and you go to an occasion and you start dating with the one you're talking to. It's really weird. You must make some preparations beforehand. So, which is why we have to study this lesson. And the topic for today's lesson is for the perfect first date. So it means we have to learn some of the secrets to prepare our date. So let's turn to page 70 to take a look. Okay. And firstly, we can see a scenario. I wouldn't make you to read it. The scenario is about a person. This person can be me, and this can be you. And let me just briefly read it for you. And here he says, you have finally made it. Next Saturday, you will be going on a date with that special person who you have had your eye on for quite some time. And this may be your chance to start a great romance. But what if the date doesn't go well? What if you blow this date? For most people, first dates can be very stressful. So, what can you do to increase your odds of success? The following are some useful tips. So according to this, we can see that oftentimes before we go to have a date with someone, we feel really nervous. Do you know what nervous means? I suppose you know. And here, the first words we see is romance. So it has something to do with the relation between two persons. And actually, romance, this word is really interesting. Here at the romance, it's a word that can only be used on two persons because it's a relationship happens between two people. So let's suppose that I'm a guy's, sorry, not like this. Let's suppose now, if Leo has a girlfriend.
Yeah.
So we can say, you have a nice relationship. So there's a, how to say this word?
Romance.
Romance. So everyone just repeats after me. Romance.
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 So there's a romance between Leo and his girlfriend. So this is how this word works. It represents the relationship. And the second word we see here is odds. As we can see, this word is right like this. Odds. But actually it's quite simple. It means possibility. It means possibility. So if you say you have the odds of success, that means you have the possibility of success. So the two words are quite similar to one another. And then let's think about what things you might do before a date. Like, do you have any suggestions about the preparation before a date? Any one of you? Any suggestions? Even though you think it might sound really stupid, you can just say it. Like,
dressing up.
Dressing up.
Yeah.
So you're talking about clothes,
Yeah.
the way you look like.
Because you want to impress your.
Okay.
Yeah.
So anyone else besides Anthony? Makeup. But it's especially for the girls. Like for some boys, they wouldn't like to put a lot of cosmetic things on their faces. And then, okay, the first things we're going to learn, the first secret, here says is have the right attitude. So that is basically focused on the mindset or the way you should think about a date. So let's take a look at what is taught to here. Is that you'll find dating to be a pleasant and rewarding experience as long as you relax. And if you're under pressure to make the date a success, you'll probably be too tense to make a good impression. So oftentimes we'll feel nervous. So what could be the reasons to make us nervous? There might be several reasons. And one of the reasons is that we have the pressure. What's the pressure? Let me just cleanse the board here. Pressure. If you like, you can just repeat the word with me. Pressure.
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 Pressure. What is pressure? Pressure is a sort of feelings. It's kind of like romance, but it's kind of different. It's a sort of feelings that often happens when we're faced with a challenge. Like when you're about to go on a task, we're going to take a little quiz, and your teacher just take out some papers, and he or she says, we're going to have the test now. Then you start to have pressure. So it's a sort of feelings. So do you think this feeling is great?
No.
Do you think this feeling is great? Great or? Actually, it's a bad feeling. It means you feel like a lot of stones on your shoulders, on your back, like something is holding you. So it's a negative feeling.
Yeah.
And then, what can we use pressure in a sentence? You might say, I have a lot of pressures when my teacher says we're going to have the test. So it's a simple ways of using pressure here. It's really related to our life. But then, secondly, he says that you'll probably be too tense to make a good impressions. So we see that pressure actually will affect the way we behave. Especially when you're full of pressures, you can't even think things correctly. That's how we normally react. And then, at the other extremes, he says pretending not to care at all can make things even worse. So pretending, what does pretending mean?
Fake it.
Fake it. Someone makes a point. I see the word pretending. Okay, say after what I say, repeat after me. Pretend.
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 Pretend. It's actually an interesting word, and it's relatively a hard word, but you can still learn it. It means you behave as if something is true, but actually it's not. And for example, if one day you wake up in the bed and you feel like you don't want to go to the school, so what would you do? You might just make a phone call and say to your teacher that, I don't feel well today, and I think it's better for me to stay on the bed. So you pretend to be sick. You pretend to be sick. So this one, to put it simply, you might say fake it. You fake that you are sick, but actually you're not sick. You're really healthy. So that's one of the ways we use pretend as word. So you might say, I pretend to be sick. And you can change some of the adjective here to the one you like to use. Okay, so what else? And then he suggests that we should think of the dating as simply an opportunity to get to know more about other people and yourself. If things work out great, is what we would like to see, because things are working exactly like what we planned. And then, if not, you'll learn from the experience, and then perhaps next time you can do it better.